عبد الجليل so that will give us Khaterah inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وبعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. I was just pushed to give this Khaterah, otherwise we have Sheikh Muhammad, inshallah, he can give the Khaterah. But just inshallah to honor his request, I will share with you inshallah one of the adhkar of the morning and night that is highly recommended to say. And we say it most of the time for the barakah, for the reward, and this is good. But subhanallah, if we dig deep inside this adhkar that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam legislated for us, and what we call adhkar al-sabah wal-masa, the remembrance or the supplications of the morning and of the night, you will find them that they are a way of life, that they are beyond what might seem just something I need to do for this or that. And this dua or this remembrance, the Prophet ﷺ said, whosoever said in the morning 3 times this dua, Allah will grant him al-Jannah. In another narration he said, he will taste the sweetness of Iman. ذاق طعم الإيمان من رضي بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا. And in another hadith that the Prophet you say, رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا. And all these 3 words share one verb, رضيت. Radid, I am pleased, I am satisfied. And we cannot be pleased and satisfied with something unless we understand it, unless we believe in it to the level of al-yaqeen. The translation of this dua, Raditu billahi rabba. I am pleased that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my Lord. And I am pleased, وَرَدِيتُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا, that Islam is my way of life, not religion. Religion is not the right translation. Because religion, if it's translated in Arabic, it doesn't give deen, it gives nihla, cult. But the rough translation of a deen is a way of life. And I am pleased that Islam is my way of life. And I am pleased that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is my messenger and my prophet. So we will take only a few minutes and we'll let you go, inshallah. Raditu billahi rabban. I am pleased that Allah is my Lord, that Allah is my caretaker, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is looking after me and my affairs and the affairs of my family and the affairs of my community. الرب سبحانه وتعالى الذي يربي بالنعم الذي يربي بكل شيء. That's why the first thing we say in Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Al-Rabb. And Al-Rabb, الذي أوجد من العدم, the one who brings you and bring me from nothingness. Al-Adam is the rough translation in nothing, the one who brought you from that to the existence. والرب الذي أعطى النعم أوجد من العدم وأغدق النعم. Al-Rabb subhanahu wa ta'ala that gives his creation everything that they think of and they might not think of. When Fir'aun asked Musa, قال فمن ربكما يا موسى قال ربنا الذي أعطى كل شيء خلقه ثم هدى. This is our Lord, the one who gave us everything. And all of us who are swimming in the blessings and the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you want to count the blessings of Allah upon you, you are not going to count them. So when we say رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا, all these meanings comes into my mind. And also رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His qada and qadar is taking care of me. Sometimes I might not like things that happen to me or it's happening to me. But as I said yesterday in the khutbah, always and most of the time, the good things that will happen in your life goes through some rough time. I will just share one story, then we'll move to the others, inshallah, just a few minutes. One time, Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam was sitting in his chamber. Then suddenly a woman entered the room and she said, Ya Nabi Allah, O Prophet of Allah, is Allah just? This is, we call it a rhetorical question. She knows that. That's why Prophet Sulaiman said, of course, what's your story? She said, I'm a single parent. I have few children, and I'm the only one taking care of them. And what I do for a living, I work in textile and nasij. And whenever I compile a little bit of it, I put it in pile, carry it on my head, and take it to the market to get few dinars. And this is how I feed my children. So today, when I prepare, as usual, my pie, put it on my head, gearing toward the market, suddenly a huge bird came and he snatched it from me and he took it away. What am I going to do to my children? Where is justice? And that's what, subhanallah, happened to us every day. Yesterday when I mentioned the story of Musa, one brother came to me after the khutbah and he asked me, okay, where is our work, where is our effort and so on, how it works for us and so on. I said, subhanallah, in the time of the prophets and the time of Musa, Allah revealed to them. Now Allah will not reveal to you or to me. So how is interfering in my life? Through qada wa qadar. You do your best, your plan, then you find the qada wa qadar is making a detour for you somewhere else. Here or there or that or so on. As long as you are doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do and you do your best, just relax. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will navigate you through that. So while she was talking to him, suddenly 10 people entered the room. Each one of them has 100 dinar. And they said, Prophet of Allah, we are 10 of us, and we have this 1,000 dinar. We want to give it to you that you can put it wherever you think will work. Then he said to them, okay, what's your story also? He said, we are business people. And most of our business is in the sea. And while we are in the sea in our ship, suddenly a rough wind start coming and taking us left and right until it caused a hole in the ship. And the water start coming. And we believe that that's it. We're gonna die. Because the water is coming, we don't know what to do, how to block that water. Suddenly, a huge bird came and dropped something on us. And we took that and we blocked the hole. And that's why we decided to vow $100, 100 dinar each one to give for the sake of Allah. Then Prophet Sulaiman looked at the woman and he said to her, Ya mra'a, ربك يتاجر لك في البر والبحر وأنت تتهمين. Your Lord is making business for you in the land and the sea, and you are accusing him. رضيت بالله ربا. That we are in the right hand. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in charge. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you and your family. And that's why I say to myself, and this is a challenge, but we can work on it, that the Muslim word worry is not in his dictionary. The Muslim plan for the future, but he doesn't worry for the future because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in charge. Just do your best and leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there are a lot of stories you hear from the mashayikh day and day and day and night. We need to live. We need to believe in this stuff, subhanallah. As the poet says, نامت عيون وسهرت عيون في أمور قد تكون أو لا تكون إن الذي كفاك بالأمس هما يكفيك غدا ما سيكون. Sometimes we go to bed and start thinking and worrying and so on. Then he said, the one who built you out yesterday, all of us who have experience with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we were in serious issues and Allah built us out from ways that we cannot imagine. رضيت بالله ربا ورضيت بالإسلام دينا. I am pleased that Islam is my way of life. To be proud, because you are following the greatest deen ever, is the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this deen is the only deen that you can argue on their behalf in a logical way. There is nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing that can make one person leave Islam because of it. I challenge anyone to tell me one thing of Islam that doesn't make sense, or it doesn't work, or there is something better than it. It's impossible. This deen that is founded on justice. In every element of Sharia, you can see rahmah and you can see justice. You find mercy and justice. Allah says in the Quran, وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا. صِدْقًا فِي الْأَخْبَارِ وَعَدْلًا فِي الْأَحْكَامِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this deen that is manifested mainly in the Quran is nothing but the beauty. We should not be ashamed of. And we cannot use our mind to judge the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has to be the opposite. رَضِيتُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا. I am following Islam, not to let Islam follows me. Sometimes I might not know the wisdom behind it, but for sure I know what Allah says is the khair, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says is the best. And this by itself it needs another lecture. Then the third one, وَبِمُحَمَّدٍ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ نَبِيًّا. Are we pleased? That's why, subhanAllah, some people, they cannot understand. When this man is touched, the Muslim, that's it. Do everything to me, but don't touch my prophet, don't touch my messenger. This is the man that really, he said about himself, none of you will be a true believer until you love me more than yourself. Not only more than your parents and children, no, more than yourself. And when he said this hadith, Umar ibn Khattab came to me and said, Ya Rasulullah, Wallah, you are dearer to me than everything except myself. He said, no, unless I am dearer to you than yourself. So, رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ وَمُحَمَّدٍ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ وَرَسُولًا mean that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is my example in implementing the two previous points. رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا. I'm going to take one example and we're going to conclude, inshallah. Look, subhanallah, how he combined between the two. And by the way, the two you can put them as qadar and sharia. رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا is the area of qadar. رَضِيتُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا is the area of sharia. And you cannot fly without these two wings. You can't. We fly with two wings. We believe in al-qadar and we follow the sharia. We believe in al-qadar and we follow the sharia. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will take an example and we're going to conclude. When his son Ibrahim passed away, a young baby. So he came and he started crying. Then Abdul Rahman ibn Auf said, Ya Rasulullah, even though you are crying, you forbade us from this. He said, no, I never did that. I forbade you from what you say. Like people used to say in Jahiliyyah, they are not pleased, they are not happy, they are not. So he cried in front of the companion to teach them. That is what Sharia said. Crying and having this sadness is not from Islam. And he said to his son, إن العين لتدمع